You know that specific kind of silence. It's not peaceful. It's heavy. You're sitting on the couch, she's 10 feet away, scrolling through her phone. You look at her, and for a split second, you wonder if she even knows you're there. You pick up your own phone. You check the chat history. The last message was from you, 2 days ago. A simple question. How was your day? She replied with an emoji. That was it. And now, your thumb hovers over the keyboard. Your brain starts spinning. Fast. Did I do something wrong? Is she losing interest? Why am I always the one chasing? Am I too much? Or am I not enough? It feels like you're shouting into a void. And the louder you try to reach her, the quieter she gets. Here's the truth that nobody tells you. She isn't pulling away because she doesn't love you. She's pulling away because she doesn't feel safe enough to come closer. You are not failing at love. You are not broken. And this isn't a sign that you chose the wrong person. Every couple that has ever loved deeply has stood exactly where you are standing right now, wondering if the drift is permanent. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly what her silence is trying to say, why your instinct to push harder is making it worse, and how to shift the dynamic so she feels safe enough to reach for you again. Let's get into it. Most people believe that if a woman stops initiating contact, it means her attraction is faded. They think the solution is to give her space, or, conversely, to demand more attention to prove she still cares. They treat communication like a transaction. I texted, so you should text back. But the real truth is far deeper. When safety leaves a relationship, the love doesn't disappear. It goes underground. Your partner's nervous system is reading you before her mind can even catch up. If she senses that your need for contact comes from a place of anxiety, insecurity, or control, even if you're being polite, her body registers it as pressure. And when a human being feels pressured, their primary instinct is not to connect. It is to protect. What looks like indifference is usually self-preservation. She isn't ignoring you. She is regulating herself. Most couples miss this because they focus on the behavior, the lack of texts, instead of the emotional climate beneath it. When you chase someone who is withdrawing, you trigger their avoidant attachment system. They feel engulfed. They pull back further to regain a sense of autonomy. This isn't incompatibility. This is the anxious avoidance cycle playing out between two people who both actually want the same thing: connection without loss of self. If you keep trying to fix the symptom without fixing the cause, you will only drive her further away. But if you change the emotional tone, the behavior changes on its own. Here are the 5 truths about why she never calls first and how to change it. First, understand the pressure paradox. Most people in relationships think that initiating contact is just a habit. But for many women, especially those with avoidant tendencies, initiation feels like a performance. The deeper truth here is that she may associate reaching out with an expectation of immediate emotional labor. If every time she texts you it leads to a heavy conversation, a complaint, or a demand for reassurance, her brain begins to link texting you with stress. Think about it. In the disconnecting version, she sends a meme. You reply instantly with, "Hey, we need to talk about why you've been distant lately." Suddenly, a light moment becomes a trial. Her inner voice says, "See, I can't just be casual. Everything is serious." In the connecting version, she sends a meme. You reply with, "That's exactly how I felt today. Hope your afternoon is treating you well." No agenda, no weight, just presence. And here's what changes everything. When you remove the expectation that every interaction must lead somewhere, You removed the pressure. That's when your partner stops feeling like a problem to manage and starts feeling like a person to come home to. Second, recognize the mirror of anxiety. Here's the part no one talks about. Your urgency is feeding her distance. Most couples don't realize that communication is a dance of energy. If you are leaning forward, desperate for connection, she instinctively leans back to maintain balance. It's not malicious, it's physics. The psychological truth is that your anxiety signals to her nervous system that you are not okay. And if you are not okay, she feels responsible for fixing you. That is a heavy burden to carry. So she withdraws to escape the responsibility of managing your emotions. In the disconnecting version, you haven't heard from her in 6 hours. You send 3 texts. You okay? Did I upset you? Please reply. Your inner monologue is screaming, prove you still care. In the connecting version, you haven't heard from her in 6 hours. You assume she is busy. You go about your day. You send one message later. Saw this and thought of you. No rush to reply, just wanted to share. Your inner monologue is calm. I am secure. I am fine on my own. Not louder conversations, not more compromising, not scheduling a weekly check-in, but 2 people who actually feel safe enough to be honest with each other for the first time in years. When you demonstrate that your happiness is not dependent on her immediate response, you become emotionally available in a way that invites her in rather than demanding her entry. Third, stop falling for the quality versus quantity trap. Most people measure love by frequency. How many texts? How many calls? But the real metric of intimacy is depth, not volume. She may not call first because she feels that your current interactions are superficial. She is craving a connection that feels real, not just a digital ping that maintains the status quo. If your conversations are mostly logistical, what's for dinner? Did you pay the bill? She doesn't feel seen. She feels managed. In the disconnecting version, you call her. Hey, what are you doing? Nothing much. Okay, cool. Silence. You hang up feeling empty. She feels bored. In the connecting version, you call her. Hey, I was just thinking about that trip we took last year. I still laugh when I think about that rainstorm. How are you really doing today?
You invite vulnerability. You share a memory. You ask a question that matters. Her brain is quietly registering, he actually sees me. He remembers us. That's the shift that turns a relationship that feels like a negotiation into one that feels like a refuge. Fourth, address the unspoken resentment. This is where it gets really interesting. Sometimes she doesn't call first because she is holding on to quiet resentment. Not because you did something huge, but because of 100 small moments where she felt unheard. Emotional distance in a relationship isn't like a wall. It's like scar tissue that forms slowly over 100 small moments that never got repaired. If she expressed a need months ago and it was dismissed, minimized, or forgotten, she has learned that speaking up doesn't work. So she stops speaking up. And eventually she stops reaching out. In the disconnecting version, she mentions she's stressed. You offer a solution. Just quit that job then. She feels dismissed. She pulls back. You wonder why she's cold. In the connecting version, she mentions she's stressed. You pause. That sounds really heavy. I'm here. Do you want to vent? Or do you want help figuring it out? You validate her experience. You stay present. What's moving through her is, I forgot how good it feels to be chosen. When you repair the small ruptures, you clear the scar tissue. And when the path is clear, she will walk down it toward you.
Fifth, master the invitation of independence. Most couples believe that closeness means doing everything together. But paradoxically, the most magnetic thing you can do is have a life that excites you. If your entire world revolves around her availability, you become predictable. And predictability kills desire. She doesn't call first because she knows you're always there, waiting. There is no mystery, no chase, no spark. The psychological truth is that desire needs space to breathe. It needs the gap between two separate individuals to bridge. In the disconnecting to stay home in case she wants to hang out,
You wait by the phone. You are available, but you are not attractive.
in the connecting version, you go to the gym. You see your friends, you work on your passion project, you post a story of you having fun, genuinely happy. You are full, you are complete. And when you do that, the walls between you start to come down without either of you having to say a word. She sees you thriving. She wonders what you're up to. She misses you. And missing someone is the strongest catalyst for initiation there is. This isn't a checklist. It's an invitation to show up differently. When you stop chasing and start building safety, you stop reacting and start responding. Your partner will feel the difference before you've even said a word. You are becoming the kind of partner who creates space, not pressure. Who offers presence, not demands. Real intimacy doesn't start when you find the right person. It starts when you decide to become one. Love isn't what you fall into. It's what you build every single day on purpose. If this resonated with you, if you felt seen in these words, hit that like button. It helps this message reach other men who are silently struggling with the same drift. And if you want to dive deeper into how to rebuild safety and connection, subscribe and turn on notifications. We're just getting started. Go be the peace she's been looking for. I'll see you in the next one.